Yes, you read it right. There's some big changes coming in 2025. Now, I don't want to sound too extreme here, but I feel like there's still some uncertainty around the economy, and we got these geopolitical situations going on around the world, and you know. But what I want to focus on is what I have control over, right? So, for example, my health, my diet, my travel goals, things that I can work on. So, how about you? You have some habits or behaviors that you'd like to change for 2025? How about goals? You have any goals? You notice I said goals, not resolutions, right? All right. So, hello everybody, and welcome to Boomer Theory. It's where I'm going to talk about topics related to baby boomers, at least from my perspective. My name is Dave, and I'm 61 years old, so I certainly fall into the baby boomer category, right? I have a few goals that I plan to work on this upcoming year, namely losing weight and improving my health. So let me dive into this topic of resolutions versus goals. I'm going to talk about the key differences between the two and discuss the pros and cons of each. I hope you stick around to the end because I have some ideas I'd like to share with you. Okay, so resolutions versus goals. First, what is the difference? So to me, what I've found is a resolution is kind of a statement of, well, I intend to do this, or a lot of people do it at the beginning of the new year, right? That's why I'm bringing this up. I'm going to be healthier this year. Yeah, not real specific, right? Or I'm going to quit smoking. I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. And then when first time I make a mistake and have that cigarette or eat that bowl of ice cream, yeah, resolution's over. I failed. Maybe next year. Yeah. So yeah, that's a resolution to me. It could be different for other people, but now on the other hand, a goal can be a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, type of objective with maybe a time frame, a target date to have met something. Like, hey, I'm going to lose 30 pounds by the end of February. And I'm going to eat healthy to do that. I'm going to follow a particular diet, like say a keto diet. That's, to me, that's a goal. It's got a defined deadline. It's got a specific, focus. And I think there's pros and cons of each, right? Resolutions, they can be a great motivator. They can help you identify some areas you want to improve. Maybe it's a good starting point for setting some goals. On the other hand, can be kind of vague, which means maybe not that effective. And like I said, as soon as you eat that bowl of ice cream, well, it's going to be disappointed. You're going to be frustrated and say, I didn't do it this year. And it's also, again, sometimes hard to track progress. I lost 2 pounds this week, but then I gained 3 back, so I'm done. That's it. Try next year. On the other hand, when you got goals, they're more likely to be achieved because you can provide a clear roadmap for success, right? And that roadmap can help you stay focused and motivated. They can certainly, from a negative standpoint, goals can be a little more time consuming to set. You know, you got to do a little planning. They can maybe be, they can be rigid, but again, I feel like, hey, if I have that bowl of ice cream, doesn't mean I failed my goal. It can be considered a setback. It can be just something that, all right, why did I have that bowl of ice cream? We'll start looking at that and say, okay, now, maybe if I don't have any ice cream in the house, I'm not going to have that bowl of ice. It's not going to be as easy, right? You know, so that's kind of what I do when I compare resolutions to goals. So I'm done with resolutions. I'm going with goals. I also feel like, you know, again, I'm going to be specific. I'm going to write these things down. I'm going to set a deadline. Maybe I can break things down into smaller steps. Like I mentioned, a keto diet. Keto diet and exercise are the two goals, by the way, that I'm setting. Also maybe vacation goals, picking a place I really want to travel to this year, and maybe that's my reward for meeting my goals. You know, I'll probably travel there whether or not I achieve those goals or not, but maybe I'm going to feel better about it if, say I want to go to the beach and I've lost 20 or 30 pounds, I'm probably going to feel a little better about it, right? So I guess in conclusion, just the idea of what is better, resolutions or goals, I guess ultimately depends on the individual and what motivates you, right? You know, if you're someone who can easily say, hey, I can put my mind to something and set my goal and make it happen, or set my, you know, mind to this resolution and make it happen, then maybe that's a good option. On the other hand, if you are like me, you know, whereas I am serious about achieving my goals, but I'm not always consistent. In that case, I feel like goals are going to be better. I'm going to set specific goals. What do they call it? Setting specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals, which is something they've tagged as SMART goals, you know, in the business world, right? So, but anyway, like I said, if you're still listening, I told you I'd have some more to share with you. Let me just say, here's where I am with my situation. I'm currently about 210 pounds. I've got a roll around my waist that I really like to get rid of. You know, put on a little bit more muscle, or at least, you know, if you add a little muscle by doing a little exercise, that also helps burn calories. So, you know, I plan to publish my updates on my progress at least once a week. And so if you hit that subscribe button and watch my next video about my keto diet and my exercise plan and what's working for me, maybe that'll help motivate you. I hope so. And I hope you post your progress in the comments and let me know what's working for you. All right, thanks, and stay tuned for my next video.